Hey, Harry here, and today I've got a book review. This book review is going to be on Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas, and I really enjoyed this book. It was a real joy to read. I loved the character and then the whole idea of a female assassin. As I've said, I really enjoyed that. So a quick overview of the plot of this book. We follow the female assassin called Selena Sardovian. She's basically the greatest assassin this land's ever seen, but unfortunately she was betrayed and captured before the beginning of this book. So where it starts off is she's in the Indovia slave salt mines, and things aren't looking too good for her. She's been there for a year and the life expectancy is only a month, so you can sort of tell how her physical well-being's gonna be. But where this starts off is the prince of this new land has come to speak to her, and basically he offers her a deal where if she comes back to the main city and participates in this tournament as his champion, she could win back her freedom after a certain period of service to the king as his personal assassin. So this book has many different themes. There's love, friendship, magic, which I didn't expect, a couple of twists and turns, and just overall a great story. There is a love triangle, to say straight off, but it doesn't hinder the advancing plot whatsoever, so I found it absolutely fine, and I actually enjoyed the way the relationships developed because it wasn't straight up insta love or anything. It was built up over time, so it was very nice. Talking about the main character, I really love her. People have talked about her as a girly girl assassin. I didn't really think she was a girly girl. She appreciates things. She's very literate. She's well read. She has taste for the art and the theatre, I believe. There's a couple of paragraphs talking about that. Now, throughout this tournament, everything's not too peachy because she has to go through trials every other day where one person gets eliminated, and there's also the aspect they could get killed. On top of this, there is some person and something killing off the other competitors. So while she tries to figure this out on the own and the city guard is also trying to figure it out, the story develops even further. This is also where I want to talk about her best friend, who's a prince from the rival nation that the king's trying to take over at the current time, and I thought that their pairing was perfect. Their friendship is spot on, and that relates to one of the themes before, because there's parts where they don't think they can trust each other, but actually they're always there for one another. It's just very nicely written. Now, as I said, I enjoyed the characters, I enjoyed the plot, I enjoyed absolutely everything about this, the fantasy sides of it, and the world building itself was absolutely spot on. What I like about Sarah J. Maas's writing is she writes in a way that makes you want to keep reading, and she ended the book in a way that makes me want to read the next one now. Unfortunately, I don't believe it's out. I'm not even sure if it's got a release date. I'm going to have a look at that. If you know, please leave a comment below. But her writing style just made me want to keep on reading, and I absolutely love this entire story. And I've sort of become obsessed with Assassin's novels now, and I've got a bunch more coming and I can't wait to read them. Now, for the villains in this, there's many evil characters competing in this tournament. One that springs to mind is Kane, and oh shoot, what's the other one? There's another assassin who's doesn't look after himself, and he's just dirty and he's underhanded and he plays tricks, and he's always you could call him a big bully, but he's worse than that. And I enjoyed the way they were developed throughout this story as well, especially with the way things all ended up and everything was squared and tied together. I really enjoyed it. Now, for my rating of this book, I absolutely enjoyed it. As I said, I love the plots, all the themes in there, so I'm going to be giving Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas 5 out of 5, and I'd highly recommend it. I can't wait for the next one, and as I said, I'm probably going to be reading a lot more Assassin's books because of this. So guys, I've been Harry. Please make sure to like and comment below if you have any thoughts on this book. Please leave them. If you're thinking about reading this, definitely do. I'd say pick it up. I also hell of a lot prefer this cover to the American one that's got the female portrait of the person on there. I just think this one is a lot nicer and simpler, and it's very nice. So guys, I'll see you soon. If you're new, remember to subscribe, and have a good day.